What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Come on. Come on in. I know it's been a long time. Let me tag some people. Get them in here. Yeah, y'all, what's up? Y'all come on in. Tag your people. Tag your people. It's been a little minute, but yeah, we're going to start back where we need to be. What's up? Welcome back to Noonday Nuggets. Y'all come on. What's up? What's up? Come on in, everybody. Tag your people. I know it's been a while. We got to get back in the habit. Uh, and that's it. Come on in. Tag your people. Get them in here. Come on. Come on. Come on. What's up, y'all? Come on in here. Tag your people. I don't know who I can. What's up, Kelvin? I don't know who I can and cannot tag. Just gonna tag and see who I can tag. All of that. Get your people there. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Mariah, y'all come on in. Come on in. Tag your people. Get them in here. Let me see if I can get. What's up, Kristen? Come on, I know you're going to get them in there. Tag. Uh-oh. Yeah, tag your people. Get them in here. There we go. What's up? Everybody, y'all come on in. It's going to take a little second. There we go. What's up? Granny Francis. Come on. Back, back, back. Back like I never left. Come on. Tag your people. What's up? Come on in. Hey, Miss Francita. Yes, we're going. Get back in here. Get back in the swing of things. We're going to do it. Be back like I never left. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on. Come on in. Make sure I can see y'all in these comments. You send me a text today, please go away. Mario Foster. Come on in. What's up? Y'all come on in. Mark 5. Mark 5 is where we'll be today. Mark 5. Mark 5. Familiar passage. I was preparing this morning and I was like, Lord, what can I do? What can I say? And he began to drop something on me. What's up? Welcome to all the newcomers to Noonday Nuggets. Yours truly is in here, Coach Jay. Oh, you like the sweatshirt? Thank you, Denisha. Yeah. Yep. Come on in. Come on in. Everybody reach one tag some. What's up, Pastor Keyshawn Dooley, Doctor Keyshawn Dooley? Listen, I've been preparing this morning, so I was getting prepared, and I was like, Lord, what is it that you're wanting me to say? What's up, Jakara? Come on in. Um, What is it that you're wanting me to say? You want me to share with the folks today? I was praying. I was like, Lord, I ain't did this in a while, and the Lord said to me, just as clear. Hold on one second, because I want to make sure I get it. I got to get reacclimated. As y'all saw my title today, what's up, Etoya? What's up? What's up? What's up? I gotta get reacclimated. Uh, and so I gotta do. I'll be better next week. Yeah, I'll be better next week. I'll be better next week for sure. I'll be back in the swing of things. Um, but the Lord was like, I said, Lord, okay, you gotta make sense. You gotta help me with this. And He just said to tell the people to try again. There, y'all see it. Try again. What's up? What's up? What's up, brother? What's up, John? Love you too. Try again. Try again. Somebody ought to tag somebody and just tag them and tell them try again. I know you've been ready to quit. I know you've been ready to throw in the towel. What's up, Crystal Jones? Welcome back. It's been a long time. But somebody needs to know today that the Lord is saying for you to try again on this fantastic Friday, going into this weekend. You need to be ready to try again. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. Auntie, you just started. I just started. Just started. Try again. Excuse me. Try again. Try again. Tag somebody. And in your tagging them, tell them try again. I don't know if I got people on YouTube or not. But yeah, I'm tagging and getting folks in here. Try again. What are you saying today? All right. So, infamous story of the woman with the issue of blood. What's up, Sherry Matkins? Infamous story of the woman with the issue of blood. The scripture tells us that she had suffered for 12 long years. Not only did she suffer for 12 long years, she had exhausted all of her resources. She had spent all her money. She had done all that she was going to do. Y'all do your good tagging today. All right. And she was in the predicament, in the situation. Y'all tag my mama. Somebody tag my mama today. I'll tag her. But she was in the position where um Jesus was passing by, right? I'm gonna hit it and he's gonna hit it and move today. Jesus was passing by, and it says that I see Pastor Kim on YouTube. Jesus was passing by, and it said that she had a conversation with herself, and she said, "If I could just touch the hem of His garment, I believe that I can be made well. I believe that I can be made well." And so, we know the story. She reaches out, she presses, she touches the hem of His garment, and instantly the blood flow ceases. Yes, instantly the blood flow ceases. Jesus stops in His tracks, and He says, "Who touched me?" Of course, the disciples are saying, "Jesus, that could have been anybody with all these people out here." And He was saying, "No, somebody touched me. Somebody touched me. Somebody touched me." And so what we see, as I was looking and I was studying today, there are a few things. Number one that we can learn. What's up, Pastor Evan McBee? Y'all give it up. Give it up. Yep, Pastor Evan McBee. What's up, Chris from Atlanta? Christopher Dante. But listen, we see three things today. And what the Lord allowed me to see is there was something about this woman's try. There was something about her try. Somebody ought to type in the word try. And if you know me, try is not one of my favorite words. Why? Because at the moment of failure, at the moment that it does not play out the way that you would think, then what happens? What's the first thing you're going to say? Y'all have heard me say before, well, I tried. I tried. I tried. When the truth of the matter, we have to see that it was something. This woman had every reason to give up. She had every reason to throw in the towel. She had every reason to tuck tail and run. She had every reason to stop. And yet and still, she took a chance one more time. She took a chance on her own faith. She took a chance on the Lord. She took a chance. She took the chance that she had not taken before. Yes, what's up, Jessica? She had tried the doctors. Yes, she had exhausted all of her money. She had gone to the specialist, and yet and still nothing seemed to be working. But then all of a sudden, she hears, what's up, Pastor Jeremy Soto, that Jesus was passing through. And then she says, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I believe that I can be made well. So number one, the first thing that we got to understand is that God will anoint your tribe. If you want to, if you want to use it, God will anoint it. Can I say it again? If God will anoint your tribe. Somebody needs to lay hands on yourself and say, God, anoint my next tribe. If you want to use it, if you really want to see him move, if you really want to see him work a wonder, if you really want to see a sign, if you want to see a wonder, if you want to see a healing, what you've got to do is ask God to anoint your next try. And I believe that it was this woman's next try that the anointing rested on because it destroyed the yoke. What's up, Jeremy Harris? You got to understand that it is the Bible tells us that it is the anointing that destroys the yoke, right? So in knowing that it is the anointing that destroyed the yoke, this woman's next try destroyed a 12-year yoke of bondage that was on her life. Somebody needs to get it in your spirit today that if you want to use it, just ask God, God, anoint my next try. So in moving with your try, what's up, Simmons? I ain't saw you in a minute. But number one, you got to talk yourself into it. Number one, you got to talk yourself into it. In him anointing your try, you got to be willing to talk yourself into it. So many times and so often, how many times can we say that we have talked ourselves out of it? We have no problem. What's up, Deidre Smith? We have no problem talking ourselves out of it, but sometimes it's on us to talk ourselves into it. Sometimes you got to talk yourself in. It's easy to talk yourself out. It's easy to self-sabotage. Come on. It's easy to let all of the odds stack against you. It's easy to talk yourself out of it. But what the Lord is saying for us is that in this season, in this moment, you've got to be willing to talk yourself into it with the same vigor, with the same fortitude, with the same intensity, the same way that you will disqualify yourself. You've got to be willing to talk yourself into it. Talk yourself into it. It started with a conversation, and from there, it moved to a decision. Some of you are one conversation, healthy conversation away with yourself from your life completely changing forever. What are you saying? Look, in having a comment, what did she do? She said, if I could just, what does it say? She perceived in her mind. She perceived within herself. She had a conversation with herself. What's up, Kim Armstrong? She said what? If I could just touch him, I believe that I will be made well. If I could just touch him. Sometimes you have to have the hard conversation with yourself. We have no problem with wanting to go to somebody else, but what you've got to do, you've got to talk yourself into it. You'll talk yourself out of it. Nah, I'm not going to go. I'm going to just stay at home. I'm going to just chill. No. What about talking yourself into it? This woman, what did she do? She said, if I could just get close enough to him and if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know the power that he possesses. I know that he's able to heal. I know that he could turn this all around. But if I could just get close enough to touch the hem of his garment, if I could just get close enough to touch him, if I could just get close enough to touch him, I believe that I can be healed. I believe that I can be. So what you've got to do, instead of talking yourself out of it, you've got to talk yourself into it. She knew all of the risks. She knew that culture and the custom of the time was that she would have had to have announced her issue in coming into a public setting. She would have had to announce that she was unclean. She would have had to announce that her hands weren't clean. She would have had to announce that by now she stank, and by now she was weak. Y'all have heard me say, aren't we glad that when we come into public settings that we don't have to announce our issue? Aren't we glad? What's up, Diamond? Aren't we glad that we don't have to expose what it is that we're secretly dealing with? Aren't we glad that we don't have to tell people our business so that they can put us on Front Street? Absolutely not. What we've got to understand is that here you got to talk yourself into it. Even with all of this working against me, guess what? I'm still willing to try. With all of the odds working against you, somebody, I decree and I declare that if you just make it up in your mind that you're going to try one more time. Yeah, I see you, Pastor Jazz. I'm so glad that I don't have to announce issues and shortcomings and all that. But no, sometimes you just need to show up for yourself. Yeah. Sometimes you need to have enough courage to show up for your next try. Can I speak over you today and tell you that if you have enough courage, if you can just bring your courage to the forefront and have enough courage to show up for yourself, the outcome is going to be different this time. Somebody, you ought to tag somebody and just tell them try again. Tag somebody that you know needs to hear this. Tell them try again. Yes, try again. Try again. Let me tag my cousin right now and just tell her, try again, try again, try again. I know that it has not worked for you. I know that it has not come together, but if you can just show up for yourself this time. I know you was trying to do it for the sake of letting your folk know and doing for your friend. And no. But if you could just make it up in your mind that you are going to try again, what you've got to be willing to do is talk yourself into it. You got to talk yourself into it. Yeah, you've done enough. What's up, Venetia Fuller? You've done enough talking yourself out of it. It's time for you to talk yourself in. It's time for you to talk yourself to the table. It's time for you to talk yourself in the room, into the conversation that makes you uncomfortable. It's time for you to talk yourself into the spaces that you're not the smartest person in the room. It's time for you to try again. Am I doing all right? If I'm doing all right, let me see some hearts. So number one, you've got to talk yourself into it. So the first part of your try again is to talk yourself into it. All right? Number two, what did it say that she did what? She reached for it. So after you have the conversation, you've got to put some action to it. You got to be willing to go after it. You've got to be willing to reach for it. Here it is. She knew that as close as he was, that she could not stay where she was. She had to overcome her own obstacles. She had to overcome the odds that she faced in her own mind. She had to put some action behind it. So number one, it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another to put some action behind it. So what she had to do is put some action behind it. And for somebody, the next part of you, after you talk yourself into it, you've got to be willing to reach for it. You got to be willing to reach for it. You got to be willing to go after it. If I want it, even if it's a baby step, even if it makes me uncomfortable, even if I still have questions and I don't have it out, you've got to be willing. Thank you, Marcia. You've got to be willing to reach for it. What do you put? I believe that we want the Lord to bless the work of our hands, and when we put our hands to the plow, but what are you reaching for? She was reaching for her healing. 12 years worth of bleeding, 12 years, 12 long years after she had exhausted all of her resources. Okay, Kim Armstrong, after she had exhausted all of her resources, she was tired. I'm pretty sure she was fatigued. Emotionally, she was disconnected. Mentally, she was disconnected based on culture and the custom. She had to be isolated, which means, what's up, Robert Harvey? So that means that she had to deal with some stuff. She had to do some things all by herself. So number one, she had to talk herself into it. Number two, after she got close enough, she had to reach for it. What you've got to understand today is you got to be willing to reach for what's attainable. What is it that you can do? What is it that you can do on this level? So wait a minute. She was on the ground. She was as low as she could go, and yet and still she mustered up the courage. She mustered up the fortitude to reach for what it was that she believed that she could attain. She reached for what it was that she believed that she could get. She reached for it. You got to find yourself going after what you can get on this level. Too many times we set ourselves up for failure and disappointment when we won't do what it is that we can do on this level. I say all the time, how is it that we want to sow the smallest degree of seed? We want to sow the smallest degree of seed, but we want the largest harvest that there is. If we can't listen, you gotta be able to show God that he can trust you on the level that he's on. And how do you show him that he can trust you on the level that you're on? Is by trusting him on the level that you're on. Let me say it again. When I trust him where I am, he will trust me where I am. So could it be the reason that I have not seen God move on this level is because I've not shown him that I will trust him on this level? What you've got to do, I know that you've got all odds working against you. I'm in Mark 5. I know that you've got every reason that you should be in a corner somewhere isolated with your arms folded. Here it is, but she reached there you go. She did it anyway. I said the other night, or regardless, you got to get to the place that you're going to try God regardless. You got to get to the place that even though you know that you have odds stacked against you, can I say to you that when you get a regardless down on the inside, when you get regardless down in your spirit, guess what? God will honor that. He that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. So that means you can't stop after the first disappointment. That means that you can't give up after the first no. That means that you can't tuck tail and run. That means that you can't quit after the first time that it doesn't happen. No, you've got to be willing to what? Try again. You've got to be willing to try again. I'm in Mark 5. You've got to be willing to try again. And when you make it up in your mind that I'm going to try again, you got to be willing to ask God, God, anoint my next try. God, if you can anoint this try again, I believe that the outcome will be different. I believe that I'll get what you have for me. So number one, you ought to tag somebody right now and just tell them try again. So number one, you got to talk yourself into it. Number two, you've got to reach for it. And then my third point today, my third and final point is you've got to be willing to yield to it. Yeah. You've got to be willing to yield to it. What do you mean? Whatever the outcome is, you've got to be willing to yield to the outcome. So in this instance, you've got to be willing. She had to be willing to expose herself. Jesus stops right there in the middle of the street and says, somebody touched me. When they told him, no, Jesus, all these people, there could have been anybody. And he said, no, somebody touched me. How? Intentionally. What you've got to be willing to do is touch him and reach for it with intentionality. You've got to be so intentional about what it is that you want in this season, in this day, today, for tomorrow. You've got to be intentional. And he says, somebody touch me. And then you've got to yield to whatever the outcome is. What are you saying? So then he says, no, somebody touched me. And he poses the question, who touched me? And then she had to do what? Expose herself. You got to yield to whatever the outcome is. Even if it's fearful. You got to yield. She yielded to Jesus. It was me. And what did he tell her? Your faith has made you well. Come on here. Your faith has made you whole. Could it be that he's just ready, God, thank you. He's just ready for you to put your faith out there so that there can be a proclamation as a result of your faith. He's ready to respond to your faith. You just got to be willing to put your faith out there. So you got to yield to it. If it's healing that you want, I'm willing to reach for it, and then I'm believing. I make myself vulnerable. When you're driving down the street, hopefully, keyword hopefully, when you're driving down the street and you see a yield sign, that means that you become vulnerable to the flow that's already in motion. Could it be that the Lord is ready for you to yield instead of you trying to control the narrative? He's just saying, hey, If you can just surrender to what it is that I've already got moving, if you can just surrender to what it is that the Lord has already moving and is already working in place, I am certain, I just believe that at the moment that you just surrender and become vulnerable to the flow that is already set in motion, you're going to leave better than you came to begin with. Can I say that again to somebody? You got to understand that when you are willing to be vulnerable with God, could it be the reason that we have not been vulnerable with God is because we've wasted our vulnerability in the wrong places? Yeah, and I believe, Miss Young, I believe, Joanne, that if you're reaching for it right now, guess what? He will meet you right where you are. He will meet you right where you are. So what you've got to do, you've got to yield to it. You've got to be submitted to it. God, I'm believing you for healing. And so whatever healing look like, yes, Lord. However this comes, whatever route you choose, this is what this is what I surrender to. This is how I submit myself. Why? Because I understand that yielding is a part of my try. Whoa. Yielding is a part of my try. So wait a minute. Let me make this make sense. Let me make this make sense. In order for me, I've got to be willing. Hold on 1 second. I told y'all I'll be better prepared next week. I promise. Give me 1 second. This I'm fresh. Yeah. So I'm gonna sum it all up. Okay? And you're trying again. You got to talk yourself into it, reach for it, and yield to it. Talk yourself into it. I just believe that the days of you talking yourself out of it, Chloe, are over. I just believe that your time and your season of talking yourself out, if you could talk yourself out, you ought to be able to talk yourself in. You got to be willing to reach for it. You got to understand. You got to be willing to reach for what is attainable. Reach for what is reachable. What's in your grasp. What's in the area that you're in. Working where you are right now. And then you've got to be willing to yield to it. You got to yield to what's already been put in motion. You got to yield to what's already been put in motion. Talk yourself into it. Reach for it. Yield to it. Somebody ought to type, try again. Somebody ought to type, try again. As you see, Chloe, yeah, try again. This was for me today. It's, hey, you've seen enough defeat. You've seen enough. You've drug your feet for long enough. You've been in the shadows for long enough. You've been talking about it and wishing about it and wanting. No, it is time for you to try again. Somebody needs to hear this today. Try again. Try again. Listen, what if we're not concerned about the what ifs? What we're concerned about is to try. Ask God, God, anoint my try. God, anoint my try. God, anoint my next try. Anoint my next try. Anoint my next try. God, if this is your will, anoint my next try. God, if this is your will, anoint my next try. Somebody, try again. Try again. Try again. Try again. Tag somebody right now. I'm done. Tag somebody. Tag somebody right now and tell them, encourage them. Tell them, try again. Try again. Tell them, try again. Listen, if you missed Last night, I'm done. If you missed last night, I've got orders that are literally going out today. I've been working this morning. Um, but listen, I've got a new publication. I've got a new book out that say you've got what it takes. If you, what's up, Matt Hearn? Hey, I need to get with you. Um, you need to understand that what it is for your next victory, you already possess. You're waiting on somebody to come and drop it in your lap. When the truth of the matter is, you've got what it already takes. David, he had what he needed to fight Goliath, or what he needed was in his vicinity already. The best of the best armor was put on him, and he said, "I can't do this." What? Because he hadn't proven it. He didn't know. He didn't want to put on something, have something that didn't belong to him, that was too big for him, and try to go out and fight a battle that he was already equipped for. He was better equipped for with what he was familiar with. So somebody today, you need to understand, you've got what it takes. I've got them for sale for $15 if you want to get one of those. As well as go watch the live from last night. This is my baby right here, Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. This was my first book, and then I followed up with When God Speaks Back. And listen, hit me up, inbox me. We can get them ordered. Do what needs to be done. I did a virtual release last night. It was amazing. As well as I got some merch and some products here as well. People would, hey, listen, y'all jumped all over these all as well. Hoodies and sweatshirts last night. Wait a minute. Maybe somebody wants to get this. This is the mauve. These are $25. So yeah, hit me up if you're interested in the merchandise. Go watch from last night. But I also want to challenge you. I want to challenge you. If you were blessed today, and you want to sow a seed, you can put a seed in the ground. Here it is, right here. Here are the ways to give, and that is Winning is my brand, $ Winning is my brand on Cash App, as well as the Zelle is working now. I figured it out. They called this morning. What's up, Q? But if you want to put a seed in the ground, put a $5 seed in. It's $5 Friday. Put a $5 seed in the ground today. If you were blessed, if you wanted, you were gonna call this our try seed. We're gonna try again. We're gonna try again. And so we're gonna ask God to put grace on this next try. So $5 seed. If you're interested, if you want to sow, shout out to everybody that's coming in. Welcome to Noonday Nuggets. Yours truly, Apostle Jarvis Jones, Coach J. Avi, wherever you want to call it, is here. Listen, we've had an amazing time today. Somebody needs to ask God to anoint your next try. Anoint your next try. Anoint your next try. What's up, nephew? What's up, Justin? Anoint your next try, because I believe that as you ask God to anoint your next try and you show him that you're willing, he'll anoint it. All right? You all be blessed. I pray that you all have an amazing weekend. And listen, to find somewhere to worship, if you're looking for a place to worship, join us Sunday morning, 10 a.m., 347 West Broadway, West Memphis, Arkansas. Here in the city of West Memphis, Arkansas. Listen, you will not want to miss it. Praise, worship, great singing, great word, timely manner. All right. Y'all be blessed. Have an amazing, 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 amazing weekend. All right. I'll be back here Monday. I'm jumping back in the saddle. It's up now. All right. Y'all be blessed. Talk to y'all. See y'all Monday.